Anne Boleyn had been Queen of England, yet in her final 24 hours she was kept awake, begging for mercy, praying for her life, while the man she loved prepared to marry someone else. Here is what really happened in her last day. It is the cold, grey dawn of May 18th, 1536. Inside the Tower of London, Anne Boleyn, Queen, mother, and once the most powerful woman in England, has spent the night without sleep. She is held in the same royal apartments she once stayed in for her coronation. The irony is not lost on her. Guards whisper outside her door. The ladies assigned to watch her, hand-picked by her enemies, report every movement, every tear, every word. She knows they are listening, but she can't control the waves of panic rising inside her. Anne whispers over and over, "I am innocent. God knows I am innocent, but innocence won't save her now." Anne had been told she would die that morning, but morning passes. No one comes for her. This delay is not mercy, it is torment. In the courtyard, a French swordsman has been secretly brought in from Calais. Henry VIII wanted her death to be clean, not bloody, not because he loved her, but because a messy execution would reflect badly on him. Anne suspects the truth. Henry is delaying because he wants to be sure his next marriage, to Jane Seymour, faces no public backlash. She paces her rooms, hands trembling, repeating prayers mechanically, like a rhythm that keeps her from collapsing. Her mind swings between hope and despair. Maybe the king will spare her. Maybe he will send her to a convent. Maybe she will be allowed to see her daughter, Elizabeth, just one last time. But the tower remains silent. Around midday, Anne is finally told to prepare, not for death, not yet, but for her last confession. She is taken to the small chapel inside the tower. She kneels before Archbishop Cranmer, the very man who helped her become queen. Her voice is steady, but her hands shake as she swears on the sacrament. "I have been faithful to Henry. I have never betrayed him, in deed or desire." Cranmer later says he believes her completely. But belief doesn't matter, politics does. Her enemies, Thomas Cromwell, the Seymour family, and the entire Conservative faction, have already won. Back in her chamber, Anne begins to dress for the execution she knows is coming. She chooses a simple dark gown, an English hood, and a crimson robe. She dresses with care, almost ritualistically, as if this final act of dignity might be the only thing she can still control. She asks for her ladies to pray with her. They refuse, because they have been ordered to report everything she says. Still, Anne stands tall. Even her enemies will later say, "Never had the Queen looked more beautiful than on the morning of her death." At the same moment Anne prepares for death, Henry VIII is miles away, enjoying a lavish breakfast. He is in high spirits. Within 24 hours, he expects to be engaged to Jane Seymour. He does not think about Anne. He does not think about Elizabeth, his daughter. To Henry, Anne is already a ghost. Finally, at 9 a.m. on May 19th, the constable of the tower arrives. "Madame, the hour has come." Anne's lips tremble. Just for a second, then she nods. She walks out into the bright morning sun. The sky is painfully clear. A small crowd gathers. No more than 1,000 people. Many expect her to scream, to protest, to curse her accusers. Instead, Anne walks with a grace that silences everyone. She is determined that if she must die, she will die as a queen. On the scaffold, Anne turns to the crowd. Her voice is soft, controlled. "Good Christian people, I am come hither to die. I submit to the king's will. I pray God save him and send him long to reign over you." She does not accuse Henry. She does not name Cromwell. She does not defend herself. She does this for one reason. If she angers the king, he may punish her daughter, Elizabeth. So she uses her final breath to protect her child. Witnesses later say the crowd wept. Anne kneels upright, without a block. The French executioner steps behind her, sword hidden. He calls her name, "Madam," and as she instinctively turns her head, the blade flashes. A single clean stroke. The crowd gasps. Some fall to their knees. Others run away, terrified. Her ladies rush forward, wrapping her body and head in white cloth. The Queen of England is gone. Hours later, Henry VIII receives the news. His reaction shocks even his closest advisors. He orders a celebration. That very same day, he rides out to see Jane Seymour, smiling, laughing, hopeful. By the next morning, Henry is engaged. As for Anne, she is buried in an unmarked grave in the Tower Chapel. Her daughter Elizabeth, the child Henry tried to erase, will one day become one of the greatest monarchs in English history. And the world will ask forever, how did love turn into such ruthless destruction? And why did Anne Boleyn truly have to die?